talk about my new sermon series from January through Friday. The title is Grace Seen in Women's Stories, actually in the Old Testament. Okay. I already gave you the names that I preach about. So what was your first impressions when you look at those names? Sarah, Hagar, Rahab, or Gomer? What is your first impression?
Well, some of them I recognized.
You? Okay.
We've heard those stories, and even growing up as children, some of them we've had in Sunday school. But some of the names, like Shifra and Puah, I didn't know that story. I probably read it at one time, but I did not. I had to go back and read it to familiarize myself with the story, but I thought that was very interesting. So it was neat to see some new names that...
Yes, I'm still learning how to pronounce.
Yes, as I am. Yeah.
Okay, what about
But
Shirley?
basically the same thing. You know, there were some names that were familiar, and probably as when we were kids, they focused more on those women. But like the widow of Sidon and Gomer, it really piqued my interest, you know, because we don't hear those names very often. And go back and learn what their role was in the Bible, and where they came from and what they accomplished. Yeah.
So when we read the Bible, sometimes we just give the prejudice, oh, this is a good person, this is a
Right.
bad person, and then this is the hero or heroine, this is the
Right.
side person, but God's grace is always go through everybody.
Right.
Everybody. So I want to recognize they work with God, and God's grace is working with even, it's hard to pronounce for me, the Shipra and Puah.
Puah.
It's a Puah and Shipra, and then Gomer. And also in Hebrew, the Sarah, actually in Hebrew pronunciation, the Sarah. But
Yeah.
when I preach in sermon, I must pronounce Sarah, so that my congregation can recognize what I'm preaching on, right? So it will be the seventh session in my sermon, January through the February, the grace seen in women's story in Old Testament. Okay.